Arsenal are beaten in the Champions League so far, but Olympiacos has a history when it comes to shocking big teams. Could this be the ninth Arsenal slip, or the Arteta's men make another statement under the Emirates lights? Welcome back to the About Arsenal. Tomorrow, the Emirates is going to come alive as Arsenal hosts Olympiacos in the Champions League. Our first game in the Champions League took place 2 weeks ago when we played an athletic club in San Mamés, and we ran out as 2-0 winners thanks to goals from Gabriel Martinelli and Leandro Trossard. This fixture has history. It's a fixture that has drama, and tonight could also define Arsenal's ambitions in the Champions League. And yes, I'll give my bold prediction at the end, but you need to stick around. Arsenal going to this game on the back of good European and domestic form. The last game on Sunday was a very serious roller coaster, with Arsenal conceding first to Newcastle United due to a goal from Nick Vothemad. But late on, Mikel Merino and Gabriel scored two headed goals to give Arsenal all 3 points in a ground that has been a bogey ground for them in recent times. Last season alone, we lost 3 times to Newcastle United, twice in the Carabao Cup semi-finals, and of course once in the Premier League through the Isaac goal. But the lads are going to go into this game with so much confidence, bearing in mind that one, they got a very beautiful win against Newcastle, which was followed by a draw against Man City. Track back a little bit, there was a win against Nottingham Forest, and of course the unfortunate loss in Liverpool. But Arsenal are actually in very good form, and of course we expect the likes of Declan Rice and Eberechi to continue to dictate tempo. In Arsenal's game so far in the Champions League, to just one that they played against Athletic Club, that was an interesting match where we had control of the game. Gyökeres and Merino had a clash of heads, but eventually late on, Arteta substitutions came and changed the game. When Martinelli came on as a sub and scored, same with Trossard. So Arsenal are going into this game in quite good form. Thankfully, in the game against Newcastle, there were no injuries. Saliba got some well-deserved rests, in the first half, but came on as a sub for Mosquera, and of course was very instrumental in the back line. So I'm very happy with the way Arsenal are playing right now. And of course, under the Emirates lights in front of their own fans, I was expect them to put up a very good show. Olympiacos, on the other hand, they have nothing to lose. They are very dangerous on the counter, and their main man in attack is El Kabi. He already has 3 goals in this campaign. But Arsenal has also been on the lookout for Chiquinho, who scored a brace in their last fixture against Olympiacos. El Kabi is quick, El Kabi is clinical, and he's someone that our defenders don't want to switch off on. And midfield battles hard, but defensively they could be exposed with the likes of Saka and Martinelli coming in with their direct pace and dribbling. So far, so good for Olympiacos. They are currently on top of the Greek Superliga with 4 wins and 1 draw in the 5 games they've played so far. They started the campaign with a victory over Aries Tripolis, and of course followed this up with a win over NFC Volos. There's a victory over Panathinaikos FC. Then there was a draw against Paphos FC in Champions League. That was quite a surprising result. Bearing in mind that Paphos was supposed to be among the minnows in the Champions League group phase. They went to take 2 points of Olympiacos. Then there was a Greek derby against Panathinaikos away that ended in a 1-1 draw. There were goals from Ekabi and Nigerian striker Desa. So this was followed up with a win against Aris Tripolis in the Greek Cup. Then, of course, I spoke about the win against Olympiacos over the weekend. So, obviously, at their level, they are doing very well for themselves. And they'll come into this game with some level of confidence, knowing that they'll be winning their game domestically and want to show, show their stuff in the Champions League. The predicted lineups, I just had to do some tweaks in the team, not necessarily with wholesale changes like what he did against Port Vale, where he made 9 changes. I think we still have some players that will remain. Raya will keep in between the sticks. But I think we might see Ben White and Miles Skelly get some playing time. Mosquera will probably continue alongside Gabriel, while in midfield, Rice and Zubimendi will be very key. I don't think it's a game we want to break them off for. I think Eberechi will have another shot playing in number 10 role under the Champions League nights. But Martinelli should set ahead of Trossard this time, while Saka will be on the right and Gyökeres. As for Olympiacos, I would expect Zulakis to be in goal, with Ortega and Costinha playing in the fullback positions. Pirula and Restos will be at the back line, and Muzakitis and Heze will be the 2 combative midfielders that want to stop, Arsenal from dominating the midfield. In attacking midfield, we'll have Chiquinho. Chiquinho is in very good form right now with 3 goals and 2 assists in 5 games for Olympiacos. And on the flanks, we have former Wolves player Daniel Podence on the left-hand side and Strefeza on the right. And of course, the dangerous El Kabi will be in attack. To keep tactical battles, I'd expect Rice and Zubmendi to have a very strong game against the likes of Muzakitis and Heze in that central midfield. That would be a nice battle to look out for. It would be nice to see how Ortega pans out against Saka. Same way I would think Costinha will have his work cut out when he locks on with Martinelli. Gabriel and Mosquera, we need to be very careful of Kabi. Kabi is a very clinical striker. I mentioned that earlier. And of course, he might not really have a lot of service in the game, but any chance he gets, I'm sure he will want to finish them. And I expect Arsenal to start fast. We are at the Emirates in front of our home crowd, and we want to put them under pressure. That's Olympiacos, to get a quick lead. We will need to stretch the pitch, with Martinelli and Saka out wide to force them into mistakes. Martinelli has been coming on as a sub in several games. I think he should start this one. This will be a nice game for him. In attack, I'll expect Arsenal to, plug things up again with Victor Gyökeres. Obviously, he has not scored much goals, although he has scored 3 in 6, which is not that bad. But with the pedigree he came from, obviously, in the Portuguese league, we're expecting more from him. But Arsenal will need to be patient. Olympiacos must definitely set up a low block. And Arsenal will have to utilize of Eze, Rice, Mendy to unlock those defenses, which will allow Gyökeres to, score a goal. For my score predictions, I expect Arsenal to have enough quality to get the job done against a side like Olympiacos. I'm guessing like a 3-0 win. Maybe a goal for Gyökeres, one for Eze, and one for maybe Saka for good measure. I think it's due a goal. Olympiacos should not get any result at the Emirates. I think Arsenal is strong enough to dispatch them. And it's something I'll be looking forward to. I'm sure you all also have your predictions, so please go to the comments and put your predictions too. Let's see whether you're aligned with me or you think you might even score. So that's pretty much it for the match preview. Of course, tomorrow, while the game is ongoing, I'm going to have a watch along. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys with me. We should spend 90 minutes together seeing us now strut their stuff. If you enjoyed this preview, please hit the like button and subscribe to All About Arsenal for more Arsenal content. And don't forget, after the watch along, we're going to also do a match reaction stream, which will be very, very late. So I hope you guys are ready because it's going to be a long night of Champions League football. Enjoying the watch along first, and of course, having a match reaction afterwards. So till then, come on, you Gunners.